はさせませんよ。ソウルソリッド。
This is Brook's cane sword.
I made this sword, Brook Soul Solid, over in Fusion 360. It's completely 3D printed, and you can see here that the sword has little cuts and holes along the blade, and you'll see later on how I actually decided to make it smoke. I was trying to get the frozen effect that he does when he creates most of his attacks. This cane sword came to be around 4 feet. It's perfect for mining length. I went a little too big, and you can see on the bottom it actually has TPU, which is a flexible plastic, and the way that it holds it together when you cover it is using little magnets. I saw another YouTube channel that has another Soul Solid. Theirs is actually made of steel, and to be honest, it looks much better than a 3D printed sword. But the one thing that I hated about their design is that you have to unscrew it, and you have to unscrew it a lot to expose the blade. So it doesn't make it too realistic how Brooks posts his sword. And that is why I decided to use magnets on my design. That way you can just put it in and then pull it back out, and the super earth magnets are so strong, you can hold everything placed together.
And yes, this sword actually does smoke. And this is the prototype that I made. I'm using a mod for vaping, and this one is actually too big. I'm only using this one because I don't have another one. I'm trying to get another one that will be narrower and smaller. That way I can actually attach it inside. But this is how it works. If you use some of these, you can see that there's actually grooves in there. And instead of trying to break apart everything and put pumps, I 3D printed this part, which is attached to this fan. And if I just put it there, I should get some pretty cool smoke without destroying the mod. And the way that I get the smoke is I have a tube, a very flexible one. It's about 5 millimeters, and I'm gonna attach one end to the vape pan, the other one to the sword. This hole actually attaches in here, and then just kind of grab it there, and it should be out of sight. Now I'm gonna attach the other end to the vape pan. Here's the vape pen again. So we're gonna take the other end and attach it right there. It just fits so perfectly. Perfect. And then once I bring this, I should get smoke coming out of my hands right there. That way I can have it hiding right in plain sight. And actually you can create other cool effects with this. That's why I'm trying to dedicate on creating a smoke pan that is so easily to put, and you don't have to disassemble the whole thing. But then here is the sword. Just attach it lightly. It's not glue or anything. And then you start getting this cool effect. I will be improving the design later on. I did messed up a lot. There's actually grooves, and I'll show you in Fusion 360 how I made it. But there are little notches here. And one thing that I did messed up is that mine are actually 90 degrees, which makes the smoke come out very hard on a 90-degree angle, which I didn't want. I wanted to recreate Brook's effect. The way that I made it kind of messed it up a little bit, and you can see how it kind of comes at a very sharp 90-degree angle. I will be doing some upgrades and redoing the sword by having all the holes inside the blade coming at a 60-degree angle, kind of like this, so that way the smoke can actually push forward and making the entire sword get covered in fog instead of them pushing out. So we're back over here at Fusion 360s, and let me show you what I got. So this right here is the bottom part of the sword. Let's just load up everything else in here. I used to have an idea before going into the bait, using the bait pen, and I had it whole, so this is how mine looks. I'm gonna fix this and make it solid, but initially I wanted to put dry ice in here and add water, and that would have a cost the fog to come out. But the problem that I got with that was that I started having water leakage, and also dry ice is being extremely cold will freeze the water in here, causing ice blockage. So it really wasn't the best idea. And then I tried having this design that would attach to the handle, so I wouldn't have to reprint the whole thing. But it kind of looked dumb having the hose coming from here. So that's when I decided to make this design where it has the hole in here. Opening analysis so you guys can see the inside of the sword, and we're gonna go into a forward shot. So this is what the inside of the sword looks like. So you have the opening right here, this is where you hold it, and then the smoke from the bait pan is going to travel into these little channels right here, and then you can see, let's delete the other ones. Let's just leave the sword. There we go. So this right here is one of the pieces from the sword. As you can see, this is the design. So it's 3 cuts in the sword. And we look. So this design, I want to make it so it's, like I said before, to make it at a 60-degree angle. That way the smoke doesn't come up completely straight. And then that's how the top looks like. So once you print the sword, this is where you're gonna look. Let's take that out. This middle part is where the wooden dowel is gonna go in. It's what's gonna support the entire sword from breaking. That's one thing that I did learn from before, is that a lot of swords, when they're 3D printed, don't have a good structure to hold it in place, and 3D printing, it's just a bunch of layers of plastic. So if you don't know or have a good support, then most likely it's just gonna break at some point. And this 2 round channels on the sides is where the smokes travel and gets out, and how it gets pushed all the way to the sword. One thing that I did learn is that this is still too small, so I'm most likely going to be deleting this parts right here and just making it completely straight, so it has more airflow, causing more smoke to show up and not causing a blockage where the pressure is going to go lower, so you're only going to see it from the bottom part at the most, which you can kind of see on mine. I do make other prints. I got my Gomu Gomu, my One Piece World, Brook's Fruit, and other things that I've here that I have done for One Piece. So if you like what you see, if you want to see more stuff get printed, I have a list of more cool ideas that I want to do. So if you like it, please subscribe, help me grow, and hopefully I can give giveaways on this channel and grow my inspection of making One Piece props come to life.